We will learn how to manage the issues module in Zoho Projects today. We are currently in the projects listing page and I'll have to navigate to a project from this list to proceed further. The issues module in a project helps the user to submit, track, and resolve an issue. First, we will see how to submit an issue in Zoho Projects. Give a relevant name for your issue. This is the only mandatory field in this form. Add a description if necessary. Assign it to a resource. Set a reminder and add followers if needed. Due date is the deadline before which the issue is expected to be resolved. Severity is the extent to which an issue can halt the process. I can show you a few examples of such severity states if you want. Showstopper is something that can bring the whole system to a halt. So the issues of this kind will demand immediate fix, without which the normal functioning will not be possible. So choose a severity that would be apt to the issue. Release milestone is the milestone along with which the issue fix has to be rolled out. When the flag is internal, the issue will be visible only to the project users. When it is external, it will be visible to the client users as well. Similar to tasks, we support two views in this module. The list view displays all the issues along with their attributes like who reported it, when is it due, what's its status, how severe it is, and stuff like that. You can also modify the values of these attributes from this view itself. Adding to this default view, we've provided a set of predefined views that you might need frequently. Here, you can search for a specific view, mark it as your favorite, and create one for yourself as well. You can also apply filters to these issues and view their results as well. Like the list view, we have the Kanban view where you can modify issue statuses by drag and drops. You can also group the data based on these criteria and view their results. Next, we will see how to manage issue settings. The first one on the list is configuring client permissions. This section is about deciding what kind of external issues will be visible to the client users. You can choose one among these three. The next setting in the configuration is choosing to assign all the external issues to the client users. By default, this setting will be unchecked. The last configuration in this page is about mapping an email address to your project so that a copy of all the automated emails will be forwarded to this address as well in the future. If you don't check your official emails often, you can make use of this setting to share an alternative email address with us. This is a one-time setting. The next broad category under issue settings is customization. We will learn what this web to issues form does. With this feature, an external user will be able to submit an issue to Zoho Projects. That means you'll be generating an iframe towards the end of this setting. That code has to be embedded in your site. To get this done, specify the form name that gets the input from the external user, the URL to which the user would be redirected when they log the issue, the URL of the web page that would be hosting this form. Only if you're concerned about security and you want us to consider submissions from specific sites only, then you can mention the site's URL here. Else, just enter an asterisk to let any site submit the issue to Zoho Projects. So this is the iframe that gets generated. Embed this to your site and get the work done. The next one is link issues. With this setting, you'll be able to define a relationship between any two issues and link them internally. We've already given a set of predefined link types for your reference. Next, we will see how to customize the issue fields the way you need. What you see on the screen is the standard layout that has a set of predefined fields. I call them the default fields. Out of these, a few fields are editable and they can be removed as well, wherein a few can neither be removed nor be edited. Add new fields to your project layout like this, and add existing fields from the available fields tray like this. These fields are being used in a few other projects in the portal, but not in the current project. The changes will be reflected when you try to submit the issue the next time. Thank you for listening. See you soon in the next tutorial.